Are you feeling rejected? Well, let's change that view. I'm Michele Thill with Newland Wellness, and this is for women who are on their own for the first time and over 50. And today, I'd like to guide you, as I continue to do when we're together, away from just your life as is in the moment, and help plant a seed or two in what your life could be as you step into your power, as you start taking control, and as you find more peace in your life. So today, let's talk about the thoughts of rejection. Now, if you're listening to this, you're very well a woman midlife who has been through a divorce, and chances are it wasn't your choice. It wasn't my choice either. And there's that sense of rejection. You know, after all those years together, now I'm kind of cast aside. What if instead it's not a rejection, but it's a redirection? It's a falling away of what truly wasn't working for you. And now a time for you to step into more of a growth and evolution of who you are to become. What if? Let me give you an example. When I met my ex, I had such a strong feeling from that first date that we were meant to be together. Does that resonate with you? Anybody else, you just know this is the person I'm spending the rest of my life with. And it turns out we did get married and we had a lot of years together. And over time, it's like I saw my role kind of shifting from partner to someone that was like helping. It wasn't becoming that equal partnership. He was discovering that he had, and he self-admits this, issues and addictions and problems that were going on. And they were rising more and more the longer we were together and after having kids. And I thought now, well, my assignment was to be the one that was going to save him, if you will, help him through this time. Can you relate? How many of us women are feeling that way? And it's like we're sacrificing our own lives and our own happiness for the thoughts of helping someone else. But guess what? Even though he admitted all this stuff, he also admitted he didn't want to change. So he didn't want the help. And one day he decided to move on to another person, and he left. And I was shocked. I really thought it was death do us part. I never thought that it would come to that. And yet, I also realized that it wasn't worth staying in something that felt wrong just to try to make it right. Can you relate? You know, I truly wasn't happy. We started out as partners, if you will, and then all of a sudden I'm becoming this helper, and I wasn't even qualified, right? And it's like it was time for me to take care of myself. It was a redirection, not a rejection, even though People around me might have felt it was a rejection. I now failed in my marriage. And how many people live unhappily ever after? I know a lot of people. And I no longer was going to be part of that crowd. Does that resonate with you? Our time together was done. And it was time for me to rediscover myself. And as I share this, in hopes that it resonates or you can relate, or it might even spark something in you that will open you up to realize there is so much more. I really, truly believe that life happens for us and not to us. And we've been apart now almost 10 years. And I really have come to see his parting was a gift, because I truly, if we get honest with ourselves, we really start to see the red flags, the things we put up with. You know, they talk about your comfort zone. And a lot of times it's not all that comfortable in the comfort zone. I actually like how John Assaraf calls it the familiar zone. That makes more sense to me. It was what I was used to, who I was used to being. Can you relate? And now all of a sudden, I had to rediscover myself in this stage of life. I was being redirected on a path I never thought I was going to go on. And if you're listening, chances are you too. And this can even be for someone who was fired from a job or is facing retirement and now feeling maybe not rejected, but a loss. And instead, what if that's a redirection? Same with any of us that are empty nesters for the first time. We've been through many years of taking care of our family. And now all of a sudden our families moved on. And rightfully so. We want them to fly, don't we? But now it's like, what about me? What am I supposed to do now? It's a redirection. And when you start to look at it that way, you can start to appreciate this time in life where we have the opportunity to focus more on ourselves. When in the past, it was about everybody else. So the power of redirection, you get to reclaim your identity. You get to figure out, who are you now at this stage of your life? And who do you want to be? You get to rediscover your joy. I can't emphasize enough the importance of us finding and living in joy. And it's not an outside force, it's all within. For me, it's outside walking on a bright, beautiful sunny day. No matter what the temperature, as long as it's not freezing cold, I'll bundle up, or when it's nice out, no need to. And I go outside and I look at that blue sky and that sun and the trees, whether they're bare or with leaves. And I can just feel myself light up. Maybe for you, it's a grandchild. Maybe it's the thoughts of your child as a baby. Maybe it's a furry family member. What lights you up? What makes you feel alive? Puts a smile on your face? Tap into that as often as you can. Even when I'm not outside, I can still picture being out there. As I shared with you, did you see me light up as I shared me being outside as I sit in my kitchen here? What brings you joy? Coming from a place of joy not only brings inner peace, something we all need, not only in our lives, but in the world. It boosts your immune system. It's a form of a stress management tool. It helps you in so many ways. And so many of us have denied feeling that joy, feeling like we have to be all work and no play. And that doesn't work. Redirection helps you rebuild life now on your own terms. Instead of you having a focus or an emphasis on someone else or you as part of a partnership, you get to align with your values and do what you want to do and live life more on your own terms instead of toting the line for someone else. How powerful is that? Do you see the gift in what's happening for you? And if you're not there yet, I offer all this to give you hope. Because when I was at that place where my life was falling apart, I realized I could curl up on in a ball, and be on the floor. And that's not going to help me or my grown kids at that point in any way. And I declared I have to make it my mission to make peace from broken pieces. And that was my mantra. And I started listening and looking for all of those spiritual / metaphysical teachers out there, Neil Donald Walsh, Elanya Van Zandt, Oprah and her Super Soul Sunday, Louise Hay, Wayne Dyer, Michael Beckwith. I could go on and on. Those people that weren't divorce coaches, if you will, but were life coaches, if you will. And they helped me to see a bigger picture and to see past what I was in the moment to something more. And when we open our minds to that, we change our lives because we start heading in that direction. I could continue now, almost 10 years later, to feel victimized and stay stuck in my story and problem. And rightfully so, right? But where is that going to get me? Nowhere. So instead, I've risen above it and seen a bigger picture to it and the benefits. And I feel now I'm not just surviving, I'm thriving. And I'm doing it on my own terms. So let me give you a tool, a practical tool that will help you implement your mindset so that you can shift it now. And it's called the What's Next list. Spend some time pondering, thinking about, exploring what now is next for you. So instead of you focusing on the past and what's been, you can now focus on what's to be, what's ahead. How can I make this second half of my life the best half? And it's by opening yourself up to the possibilities. So for you, it might be you're cultivating new friends and a community of like-minded people. And if you're interested in that, I do have Newbie, which is about a new way to be. It's a community, and I'll post the link in here, that is us moving forward, navigating through these times and beyond, and having support from others on the journey. You might find your friends and family don't quite understand and are also kind of caught up in your story. Nothing wrong with that, but you may also seek to find other people who want to help you get to that next level, right? It's now a time where you can, what's next? What's your well-being? Who do you want to be now at this stage? How do you go about getting healthier? You know, maybe you start focusing like I did. Now I stock my refrigerator with healthy choices. I don't have all those temptations from the partner and ex-partner and family members that I would find myself digging in, especially late at night when I was tired. And now I make sure I get in yoga and stretching and walking and movement. And I make sure I sleep, get to bed earlier, and get my rest and meditate, spend time quieting my mind, if you will. So how could you now prioritize your well-being? What would that look like? Maybe you need to lose some weight. Maybe you want to get off of a medication. I'm going to tell you, food is medicine. So if you start changing the way you're eating, you're definitely going to start helping your body and how it functions. And then another way to play the what's next game is exploring those skills and passions that maybe you once had or you'd like to now work on. You know, maybe you've always over the years taken pictures of the family and you'd like to get more involved in photography. Or maybe you were younger and you were a dancer and you wouldn't mind reconnecting and getting back to some dance classes or just practicing at home. What things would make you feel good about you at this stage? Like I said, what is happening? Don't see it, please, as a rejection. See it as a redirection. And watch how when you change your thoughts, you change your life. And if I can do it, so can you. I believe in you. And I look to guide you to believe in yourself as well. As women, we need that. We lack that confidence and self-worth. And I'm here to say, it's there. It's all in there hidden. Tap into your inner power and start bringing it out. And that's where I look to come in with these segments to help you on this journey. Rediscover yourself at this time in your life. If you like what you hear, if I resonate with you, please like or follow, subscribe for more, and please share this if there's someone you know that could benefit from this. And I will be back with you next week. Until next time, you've got this. Yay, you. Be well.